Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone. The Executive Director of the Commission on Economic Inclusion, Greater Cleveland Partnership, Andrew Jackson, is with me this morning. He'll talk about the Commission's Minority Business Accelerator Program. Then later on, Lou Acosta will talk about the publication of a directory for Northeast Ohio's Hispanic community. And later in the broadcast after that, we'll hear from Jeanette Timmons and Takara Ray about a program that's making math fun for students. That's a good thing. Good morning. This is Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb, and so we begin. Beginning with Andrew Jackson, Executive Director of the Commission on Economic Inclusion. Good to be with you.
Glad to be here.
How many people call you Mr. President or something like that? You hear that all the time.
Every once in a while I get that.
Andrew Jackson, named after the president. Good to have you with us, my friend. Tell me, what is the Minority Business Accelerator Planning and Estimating Room now?
Okay.
Talk a little bit about that, because you're with the you're Executive Director of the Commission on Economic Inclusion. Why don't we begin there? What is the Commission on Economic Inclusion?
The Commission was a program created about 10 years ago by Lou Stokes and Sandy Cutler, the current CEO of Eaton Corporation. And it was created to bring about economic inclusion in Northeast Ohio for groups that are typically underrepresented in our region. And so our goal is to bring about economic inclusion, just not inclusion. So we want to see minorities create wealth, jobs, and future businesses in Northeast Ohio.
We all want to be included economically.
That's right.
If there's money to be distributed, we all want a piece of the action. That is the American way. That's probably the world way, right?
That'd be correct.
Yeah. So tell me about this now. You're looking specifically at minorities in certain areas. How are you looking, and what are you doing to include minorities in this economic inclusion and expansion?
Okay. As you know, there's a significant amount of construction going on in Northeast Ohio now. The number over the next 3 to 5 years is about $6.8 billion. So if we were able to just garner a small portion of that for minority businesses and minority contractors and laborers, we think we can make a wonderful impact in Northeast Ohio by allowing contractors to grow their businesses, allowing laborers to join those jobs and create opportunities for them to feed their families and make money.
Yeah, I know you've got something called the Minority Business Accelerator Planning and Estimating Room. What is that?
I have an accounting background, so I tell people all the time that if you estimate the job at the beginning and you're not making any money, chances are at the end you're going to not make any money. And oftentimes we see complex projects needing huge estimates being performed. So we created a room called the Minority Business Accelerator Estimating Room. It's 3,500 square feet located in Tower City, and it was graciously, the space was graciously contributed to us by the Ford City Enterprises group. And we've created a room where minorities have the opportunity to come to our room, get a copy of the blueprints that are on these major projects, and have a professional estimator work with them to get the estimate done, so that they can get some precise numbers for the job.
So minority organizations can come to you, minority companies can come to you.
Yes.
What's the process? How do they come to you? How do they make a linkage with you? Just a phone call?
They reach out to the Greater Cleveland Partnerships Commission on Economic Inclusion. That number is area code 216-592-2331. They call and talk about they want to be on a project, and we bring them into our organization, do an assessment of what they're doing, and work with them to try to get resources to help them.
We've got that number on the screen, which is vital for people to contact you. You and I were just chatting. It's kind of a joke thing, but it's the truth. I've got a $20 bill, fortunately today,
right.
And on it is a picture of Andrew Jackson. Your name is Andrew Jackson, but your goal is to get people to understand that, although that's not your picture, you can get your thumbprint, you can get your hand on a $20 bill. That's what it's all about, right?
Yes, and some 50s and some 100s as well.
That's what we want.
Yes.
So I know when people ask for your business card, you often jokingly give them a $20 bill.
That's my form of ID.
That's your form of ID. But the goal is to get as many of these in your pocket as possible.
That's right.
If you are in the business community, right?
That's right.
So what do you tell people when they start? Where do you begin when they come to you and say, include me in economic expansion? Right. What do you tell them?
I tell them first, I want you to be a good business not a minority business. I want you to be a good business that happens to be minority. That's important. And that the first thing you need to do is understand your business very well and understand the true cost of your business. That is direct labor, direct material, and overhead. And oftentimes we understand direct labor and direct material, but we don't understand the overhead to run our business. Like you have to pay for the gas, the light, the water, the accountant, and the people who work for you other than the people who deliver your services. You need to get your true costs down.
So you run them through all of these ins and outs of business.
Yes.
A lot of people do not, let me ask it this way, do a lot of people not run through the ins and outs of business before they try to get in business?
I think that particularly for minority businesses, a lot of us are first-generation businesses. And for the more mature businesses in town, they do a great job of that. We have some good minority firms around town who don't need this kind of support, but there are others who are first-generation businesses, and they need that support because their first time they've been in business, they're learning as they go. And once you get to the second generation, they know those things, but the first generation's tough.
Andrew Jackson, Executive Director of the Commission on Economic Inclusion. Is there a cost when people come to you with this?
It's a good question. The Accelerator program is funded by a group called the Fund for Our Economic Future and the Cleveland Foundation. And it's particularly for a segment of minorities who are $2.5 million or greater. So those MBEs can come to the program at no cost. Other MBEs who are less than that or have businesses that are not creating that much in revenue can still come, and we'll subsidize that cost for them. It is not the full cost of being at the center.
Yeah. How long have you been doing this?
I've been at the commission for four and a half years now, going on 5.
What's your background?
I used to be a partner with a large consulting firm called Accenture. I had a 25-year career in consulting, and I spent 5 years working in banking prior to coming to the Greater Cleveland Partnership.
I imagine you've helped people along the way, and the feedback has been positive.
I would like to believe that.
That's the truth, though, isn't
That's
it?
right, I hope so.
Okay. Well, Andrew Jackson, people can contact you at 592-2331, or you can go to this website. I think we've got that on the screen, at the bottom of the screen, commission-inclusion.com.
Yes.
Commission-inclusion.com. You're located in Tower City.
That's right, in the old Higbee building.
In the old Higbee building?
Yes.
Soon to be a casino.
That would be correct.
Yeah, okay.
We're moving out. So
yeah, you're moving out. The casino's moving in.
That's
you see financial stability there? Things are going to be good?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Andrew Jackson, many thanks. Good to have you on the broadcast, my friend. Good to see you. His face is on the $20 bill, or somebody's face is on the $20 bill somewhere. Andrew Jackson. Back in a moment. This is Kaleidoscope. I'll take a break. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. Glad to have you with us. The publisher of North Coast Magazine, Lou Acosta, is here working on a new business and resource directory for Northeast Ohio's Hispanic community, and Lou is here to talk more about the project. My good friend Lou Acosta, publisher of North Coast Magazines. Hey, Lou.
How you doing?
I'm okay,
good,
my friend. My friend, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Tell me about, first off, reacquaint us with North Coast Magazines.
Well, North Coast Magazines basically are publications for diverse communities like North Coast Latino, North Coast Minority, and then we, of course, got into the directories because that was what people were asking us for.
Now, when you say directories, what's going to be in the directory?
Well, we decided to do a business and resource directory. For instance, the Hispanic Business and Resource Directory is for people that want to deal with the Hispanic market. But at the same time, it's not just Hispanic businesses.
Yeah.
Okay? It's any business that wants to deal with that market.
And I'm holding up, this is going to be the cover on it, right?
No, the other side.
The other side? Okay.
Yeah. This little part there, that's what's going to be like the cover.
But it's but you're in the process of getting all of this together right now.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we are.
Well, what do you want to happen as a result of this now? Does it increase business among the Hispanic community?
Yeah, and to help out people, for instance, in social service organizations, people everywhere, they're always looking for, Hispanic businesses, Hispanic resources, or even to reach, anybody that can translate, Hispanic contractors, the whole nine. So we decided to put that together, so not just the businesses, but the resources.
I don't know if you got the figures on the tip of your tongue, but what would you estimate is the Hispanic population in the Greater Cleveland area?
Well, they just changed it around now, so it's like anywhere between 40 and 50,000 just here. But then when you're talking about Greater Cleveland and Northeast Ohio, then you
all
get
the way
into
to
the
Lorain, Sandusky.
Oh yeah, you get into the hundreds
Ashtabula
on up. Yeah, 150,000.
So we're talking about a sizable number number of people. You've been successful with North Coast magazines, haven't you?
Yeah, and doing, well, you remember we started years ago with the Blessings, and then with that we went into North Coast Latino, did the Lorain County magazine, and then we're pretty much just trying to, you know, just continue with the diverse market because we're into...
You brought some of your magazines here. I just wanted to, we're not going to get a good shot
yeah, those are like the tabloid publication ones.
But this is one of them, North Coast Latino. Yeah,
we were fortunate to be along with Obama over there, so
and we got another one here. We'll take a shot of that while we got that camera right there. Tell me what this one is here.
Yeah, that one is a Lorain County magazine. And then we also had the North Coast Minority. And we're getting into more of the diversity part because we've had people from the Asian community, we've had people from the Asian, Indian, Arab community, you know, and they do have these kind of publications, but pretty much the directories are going to be more, for instance, the diversity directory is going to be different businesses and resources within Northeast Ohio that have either diversity managers, supervisors, or have an inclusion type office in their business.
Something like the Black Pages has something similar inside the Black
Bob Lanier was one of the ones that, you know, pretty much told me 6 years ago about starting the Spanish Pages. So, you know, he's a good friend.
So, I mean, we're all walking down the same route.
We're working the same, and we keep in contact to make sure that, you know, we're complimenting each other and not, you know, stepping on each other's toes, just helping each other as much as possible.
When do you think the new Hispanic Business and Resource Directory is going to be distributed?
June 24th. Matter of fact, we picked the Esperanza Scholarship Banquet down at the Flats. And we're going to do it there. We're going to do it in Lorain County throughout their international festival. And pretty much Akron, Canton, Youngstown, Painesville, you know, the whole area we're going to hit at the same time.
This thing will go very well. I mean, the distribution will be widespread.
20,000 copies we're going to put it out. I mean, there's never been something, you know, 20,000 copies of anything out there like that.
How long have you been in Cleveland, Lou?
25 years, or a little over 25 years.
Yeah, you came from New York, right?
From New York,
What was it about Cleveland that pulled you here? What do you like about this town?
Cleveland's always been a struggling town, and they've always had negative thoughts about Cleveland because it's always been the outside, but not the people that are here. People that are here see the diversity, they see the inclusion, and I'm talking about inclusion as far as so many people together, you know, like pretty much eating together, walking together, talking together, playing together, and it brings me back to a sense of New York. You know, New York's like that. You know, it's like all the different, it's more like the international city over there. Cleveland's the same, and so is Lorain County. I mean, you know, you got these parts in Northeast Ohio that you have everybody come together.
Once you got here, you saw a strength in Northeast Ohio.
I saw a lot of things here. I saw things that were missing, but I saw a lot of things also that were good. And I knew for the future that this would be, you know, the town that I would probably stay in.
One of the things missing was it needed publications, and you brought those publications here.
I try to bring it as much as possible. And of course, we reach out to make sure we get the support and try to support as many groups as possible.
Lou's phone number is 440-670-7017, as you see at the bottom of the screen, or you can go to OhioHispanicDirectory.com. Get more information on everything we've been talking about. Lou is a regular with us. You always got something to say, Lou.
Hey, I just try to bring out the positive thoughts.
And you bring positive thoughts with you, and it just swirls all around us.
That's the way to do it.
Thank you for what you do, and thank you for coming from New York to stay in Cleveland and bring your expertise here. We appreciate that, Lou.
Thank you.
Be well, my friend.
All right, you
Good to see you, Lou. Lou Acosta of North Coast Magazines. I'm going to take a break. This is Kaleidoscope. We've got to sell these products first. I'll be right back. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope today. Math Monkey helps students excel in math. Owner Jeanette Timmons and Warner Girls Leadership Academy teacher Takara Ray are here to talk more about the program and how it is helping students. Takara Ray, who's the teacher at Warner Girls Leadership, sitting next to me, and Jeanette Timmons, who's owner of Math Monkey Solon, sitting on the outside there. So good to have you both with us.
Thank you.
It's quite a title, Math Monkey. Now, you'll have to tell us what Math Monkey is.
Well, it's a math enrichment program, so kids come for classes 1 hour a week, either after school or on Saturdays. We have an Ohio licensed teacher in the classroom who's been trained in the Math Monkey techniques, and we have an assistant or 2 assistants depending on how many kids. The biggest the class can be is 10 kids, so they get a lot of attention.
Yeah, and we're going to have a little show and tell here with Math Monkey in just a moment. Takara, let's bring you in. How has this program helped your students at Warner Girls Leadership Academy with mathematics?
The biggest help is that students see that math can be fun. I think that a lot of times students feel that it's this long drawn-out process, but Math Monkey teaches fun ways and different techniques to do normal math problems that we would normally teach them in the classroom.
Jeanette, what makes Math Monkey unique?
It is that it's a game-based environment. We also we want them to have calculation skills at their fingertips. We don't want them to rely on a calculator. So we teach mental math techniques, number sense, and critical thinking skills. So, you know, everybody can learn just the process of multiplication or the process of division, but it's more important to incorporate it and to integrate it so that you really have number sense and can apply it.
I wish you were around when I was in elementary school. I was having trouble with 2 plus 2.
So
let's bring in the Math Monkey here.
All right.
Okay.
For instance,
how does this work?
Well, we don't. You know, the kids are in school all day. They're sitting at their desks. So we want to get them out of their seats. We want them to be more engaged in their learning. So we found if they're playing games while they're doing the math, they're more engaged. They retain the knowledge and can apply it. So this is what we call monkey mouth. The kids do math problems at their desk. They might be on teams. When they're done with their math problems, they get to come up, throw a coconut in the basket.
We got a coconut here.
Coconut right there.
Yeah, we throw the coconut in the basket.
Very good. Banana in the mouth.
And we count the bananas.
We
got 3. One banana in the mouth.
Exactly. They have to add up their score, and we've got monkeys on the target. Now,
on the bottom there. Wait a minute.
You got to be careful because you don't want monkeys in the mouth because monkeys don't eat monkeys.
So
there you go.
All of this is so the kids. This is a way to learn to count and things like that.
And add their scores up and keep team score. And they're also doing math before they get to play the game.
Now, Takara, what age group would this go for?
This actually goes from the youngest to some of the 6th graders. You wouldn't believe it, but they really like the games and throwing.
So we give they really like that, and it helps them to learn to count and add and divide and all those kinds of things.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm going to put bananas in the Math Monkey's mouth.
Right.
Okay, let's take Math Monkey. Let's lay him over there somewhere. We may bring him back by popular demand.
Right.
Tell me how this really helps. Now, we've had some fun with this, but this really helps the kids, right?
Yes. We teach them different techniques like magic of 11, the rule of 9s. So there's different techniques to do mental math so that students won't have to use calculators. And when you can do mental math, you really understand the math, as Jeanette stated earlier. Calculators, I can put it in, but I might not know the functions of how it actually works. And
you run Math Monkey in Solon. I mean, tell me about the operation in Solon.
The kids really love to come. That's the best part. You know, they don't hesitate to come week after week. They love it. They just can't get enough of it. You know, it's a bit of a social atmosphere. They do a lot. They encourage each other to do a lot of math problems. They don't even realize that they're doing the math.
It's like a tutoring operation where you help
we
them?
call it enrichment because it is a class environment. So, you know, it's parents who understand that kids' math skills really need to be improved in this country. You know, we need to compete with other countries who are doing a better job. So we bring in a lot of Indian techniques, a lot of Singapore techniques, and incorporate it with the best that the West has to offer.
Every time I balance my checkbook or add or subtract from the checkbook, I try to do it mentally. I mean, I do it, you know, the old long division, addition and subtraction way. I may go back and check it with the calculator, and if it all comes out, I say, yes, I'm right on. And I thank all my teachers that I had back in the Cleveland school system a long time ago for helping with the mathematics. Leave us with a thought on why this is important for you, Takara.
Math and Math Monkey is important for me because I feel that students in an urban district are sometimes not given all the opportunities that are available out there. And I really believe that Math Monkey, working at Warner Girls Leadership Academy on Saturdays, we had students come to school on Saturdays, shows that they want to learn. So we as teachers and administrators need to help them and give them the opportunities to learn.
Let me put a phone number on the screen, 440-914-0060. And that is that to Math Monkey?
That's to Math Monkey.
Math Monkey Solon. And we got a phone number of 206-4620. Is that?
And that is the number to Warner Girls Leadership Academy.
And so the bottom line is these youngsters, Jeanette, they have to understand mathematics in our last 10 seconds. They've got to understand mathematics. They're going to need this all of their lives.
Exactly, exactly. So we're preparing them to love math for their whole life.
You need to know it. So when you get your paycheck, it's all right there because you added it up. You don't want to get, you don't want a mistake there on the boss's part.
And being good at math is going to get them that paycheck.
Okay, that's true.
Yes.
Amen to that. Takara Reyes, a teacher at Warner Girls Leadership Academy, and Jeanette Timmons, owner of Math Monkey Solon. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you with us.
Appreciate it.
And thank the Math Monkey for coming along too. He was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got to take a break. I'll be right back. Here's Marsha Maccabee of the Urban League. She always brings us a commentary at the end of each broadcast, and good to have you here today again.
Thank you, Leanna. It's good to be here. What I want to share today is some great announcements about upcoming summer activities. You know, it's usually this time of year that parents are thinking about, oh, the children are going to be out for the summer, and what kinds of things are there, you know, for them. So one of the things that I just really want to do is just encourage people to start looking, if they, you know, if you haven't already landed on a summer plan by the time we air, you really want to move quickly because it's important to have really productive things for young people to do in the summer. At the Urban League, as a matter of fact, we're going to have a program called Digital Connectors, and we're so excited about it. It's a 6-week program that's going to begin the second week of June, where young people are going to be learning all about computer skills. They're also going to be introduced to Cisco training, and during that time they're going to be going out into community sharing what they learned with others. So there's sort of a community service component, and there are wonderful perks that come with that program. So we're very excited about that. And then for our younger students who are going to be finishing up the 8th grade and going into ready to start high school in the fall, there's a great summer program for them as well.
So they need to be in programs throughout the summer. I mean, it's a vacation period, but we need to be taking advantage of those months away from the traditional school to get some specialized training for all our kids.
Absolutely. And most really good summer programs have a lot of fun components. They have field trips and they have other things, but engaging students to make sure that they are able to retain learning and gain additional skills is really important.
Okay, certainly is. As I said, words of wisdom always from Marsha Maccabee. We'll both say so long.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.